Let's get back now to the situation in the Middle East. We have our guest right now. Turning to that renewed fighting, Israel's defense forces are now trying to finish off Hamas in a way that it was not really allowed to do under the Biden team. But that effort means more of Israelis civilians are under renewed and deliberate attack. Joining me now is Rabbi Uriel Vigler from the group Belev Echad. And Rabbi, the last time you joined me here, you told me that you were working very hard with wounded soldiers and soldiers that are dealing with PTSD. What is the biggest need right now?
Thank you, Jake. Thank you so much. Well, I can tell you what's happening right now. In New York, we have a couple of soldiers here as we speak. I'll tell you just one story. The soldier by the name of Ro'i, he was injured 25 years ago on the Lebanon border. And he had an injury called CRPS, which is complex regional pain syndrome. It's immense pain. It's also called suicide's disease. Basically, people who haven't wanted to commit suicide. And for years, he's going around with this pain until 6 years ago, he decided to amputate his leg because he just couldn't have it anymore. And even after he amputated his leg, he was still in so much pain from phantom pain. We flew him down here to New York, where we partnered up with NYU, and he underwent surgery in New York, and he's back to new. He's pain-free. This is after 25 years. So this is one of the things we're doing here in New York to treat these wounded soldiers. You talk about the Gaza war. The war has, there's 2,000 soldiers that are in our family that we are helping all the time.
All right. Well, I know you're trying to provide aid to people who really need it. But, that includes people like former Israeli hostage Eli Sharabi. And I want to talk about a different kind of wound because he told the UN yesterday, what happens to the aid that American taxpayers, all of us watching, send to Gaza? Well, no surprise. Hamas steals it. He saw it with his own eyes. Do you think, Rabbi, that the American people are beginning to see the light about this?
I do. I think American people are good people. Americans are amazing people. In fact, Belev Echad is supported primarily by Americans, Jews, non-Jews. We're all in this war together. There is a horrible, just 2 nights ago I was with a soldier here having dinner with him, with a wounded soldier. His leg was amputated, and he told me his brother is right now in Gaza, just drafted into Gaza with this new ground operation, and he's very worried. I mean, we have to do what's necessary. We need American support to do what's necessary, but we will eradicate this evil from our midst, because make no mistake, if we don't, they'll just sprout back out, and we have to release our hostages as well. This is what we got to do.
I don't know how much of a communication you're talking a lot with the soldiers, but I wonder if you're communicating with a lot of Israeli civilians, because they're getting it from all sides. After the United States hit the Houthi rebels in Yemen the other day, the Houthi rebels in Yemen fired a missile towards Jerusalem, which is not something that Hamas does all that often. Usually they attack Tel Aviv. The Houthis don't seem to even have that courtesy, because remember, Jerusalem is a very holy place for Muslims as well, and the third most holy sites in all of Islam. They don't seem to care. I wonder, is there anything that you ever help regular civilians, or just by helping the soldiers, do you learn about how also to help civilians in Israel who are dealing with this?
First of all, I have a daughter who's studying in seminary in Jerusalem. I actually have a brother who's an orthopedic hand surgeon in Petah Tikva. And, both of them sent me alerts at 4 a.m. Israeli time that they have to go down to the Mamad, down to the bomb shelter. This week it happened multiple times. And I mean, this is crazy. This is my daughter. And my daughter, she takes it like Israelis. They take it very lighthearted, and they're very like, okay, our sleep is disturbed again by the Houthim, But this is crazy. This is insane. No normal country would allow this to happen. We have to just destroy this evil from our midst. Now, many of our soldiers are now civilians. That's what they are. They were wounded in battle. They are now not in the army anymore, so they are civilians, and we are helping them. This is what we do. The PTSD, by the way, is crazy. The flashbacks from these missiles that come out is terrible. It's terrible. But make no mistake, we are strong. We will prevail. We will fight. And a little bit of light dispels all this darkness. So it's also a spiritual war.